And we are live. Yo, come on, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. I can already see Burbo, I can already see Charles. Come on, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. Bring you guys and girls One Piece, chapter 1154. I'm sorry I've been so late to get this chapter out. Unfortunately, I've been working away all week, so I've only just really gotten back and gotten settled in, which meant a delayed reaction this week. I am so sorry. And because it is so delayed, I'm also got another shift of work today. So I'm so sorry, but this is going to be a relatively short reaction pending. But I got a third of a can of Coke left, and I've got my Biscoff cheesecake ready. So yes, I am going to be eating and chatting and drinking while doing my reaction. So I'm so sorry for the unintentional ASMR and for the absolute myriad of tangled cables everywhere. This is always happening when I'm not here. But yeah, we're finally here. Again, Burbo, Charles, I can already see you. Hello, hello, hello. To you beautiful guys and girls over on TikTok, hello, hello, hello. How is everybody going on this beautifully fine day? And yes, I'm already running out of breath. My mouth is going dry as shit. No, I'm not sponsored by Coke. I wish. And I'm having a bite of the cheesecake too. Yo, Sun God, good to see you as well, brother. Alrighty. Apart from the needless amount of sweets that I'm nomming on, let's get into the greatness. We have chapter 1154, titled, I Can't Even Die. This feels like a Kaido chapter. Which is odd, because this is 99 chapters. Well, actually, technically, this is 100 chapters from the Gear 5 reveal. Because Gear 5 was first revealed at the end of chapter 1054. 100 chapter reunion. We got Kaido Pirates on the front cover. I ain't gonna lie. With a chapter like I Can't Even Die, I feel like I'm about to see Kaido. Is that weird to say? Oh, if Kaido went to Elbaf to throw hands because Big Mom was raised... Nah, I'm reading into it too much. What happened at the end of the last chapter was the Harold flashback. Only Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 38, at the grave of a hero born in the West Blue and brought up in Ringo. Born in the West Blue, but raised in Ringo. That's not Ryuma. Because Ryuma was born and raised in Wano. Born in the West Blue. This is going to sound so dumb. Is this in reference to the Continent Puller? And all the retainers now... the retainers. So, So, Ulti, Page 1, and Okiku are wearing the sun symbol now. That is interesting, chat. I read the chapter. Let's get into it. You never know, yeah. You got me nervous. That's all I can say. Surely this is a Kaido chapter. Loki did have a thing with the rocks though, didn't he? Are we getting rocks this fucking chapter? If we get the Rocks Pirates show up this chapter, and I see Kid Loki try to fight Kaido, and Kaido's like, I can't even die. I can't do a backflip, but I may backflip. I ain't gonna front with you. And yo, 110% we're getting rocks this chapter. Opening on Big Mom, we're getting rocks. I don't give a shit. 63 years ago, this is definitely the Rocks Pirates. 63 years ago, Elbaf's passed. Lord Jarl, the oldest man in the present day, lost his partner. Fullbeard Jarl was struck down dead by the hands of a certain young girl. Her name was Charlotte Linlin, a mere human, yet she left a large part of a giant village in ruins. She would later go on to become an emperor, earning the epithet Big Mum. That same year, Elbaf faced a string of tragedies. It was calamity after calamity. Sudden fires, windstorms, and bitter cold waves devastated the crops. The abnormal weather also brought fishing to a halt. This once magnificent land had fallen into famine. Bro, all hail the sun god. Not you, not you, sun god. Not you, sun god. The sun god. The original, you might say. Now do you see? This is all that child's doing. The land was cursed because you all failed to kill it immediately. No, surely it's just a coincidence. Oh. Poor freaking Loki. Poor Loki. This is always going to bring a tear to my eye. I definitely just spilled cheesecake somewhere on the floor. No, hey, nah. Can't do it, brother. Crash. Goo. Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, he's staring at me. Huh? Prince Loki. Take it away. Take it away. Don't ever let that monster near me again. No. Prince Loki, you have to keep away from your mother's room. Where? Gouge out. Brethren. The beginning got me thinking about Fimbulwinter. Ooh. Burbo. Straight on the mythology, Burbo. I love to see it. Yeah, Loki had it bad, yeah. Gouge out those monstrous eyes. If left unchecked, his curse will grow till it brings about this nation's collapse. Bro. Poor freaking Loki. Well, I'm hungry. Sorry, sweetie. That was the last bit of bread we had. You're going reaving. We could easily steal what we need from the humans. Ain't that how it's always been in Elbaf's history? Don't be ridiculous. A senseless raid on them would only bring shame to Elbaf. That's the law of the land now. Those bastards from Hunter's village are attacking. What are they? It seems they've hit other villages too. Quick, arm yourselves. Don't let them loot the village. Yo, so they started Viking raiding each other. Internal giant struggles weren't unheard of during desperate times, but these incidents only resulted in making the period more severe and bloody. The country was engulfed in chaos and misery. I heard a rumor about the prince being born in the castle. Who's that in the backdrop? Why? We've had a few giants in silhouette. Why are we getting giants in silhouette, man? Oh, my curiosity. My curiosity gets the best of me. He's cursed. And the bitterness festered as spirits broke. Hey, wait. Hey, Hudredin. Your brother doomed this country with his curse, huh? And his elder brother. As his elder brother, you will take responsibility as a sacrifice. I think the fuck not. Yo, oh god, that glitched out then. I ain't even gonna scroll 10 doll hairs down. Says, if it ain't mum, it's dad gonna come in with a bam, bam, bam. Don't you touch that kid. Or Colin's mum. Being Ripley. Or the barmaid. Colin's barmaid. Like, the one that works at the place that shanks me. I could just see someone like that. What are you talking about? Don't you know my son's a cutie who's going to be the world's longest living man? I ain't gonna lie, your hair, curly hair, like there, you look a lot like Atlas, one of the Vegapunks. Could those be the giants from the top of Elbaf that disapproved of Hydrogen? Possible? Can it, Ida? You're nothing but an outsider who's seduced Harold. Go to hell. I love this country. Don't you lay a finger on my mum. Harold! He puddled him! He puddled... Okay, guys, power scaling talk for a second here, right? That puddling effect is typically used for continental level AP, right? First happens with Luffy with Gear 3, then it happens with Sai with the nail drill, and now Harold. And in Harold's case, it happened to a giant, not a human. This is genuinely something only done by Gear 3 and up. Post time skip with the Haki. Bro, that dude just straight up got Charlost. I'm gonna flatten you. King Harold, Daddy! King Harold. Brothers, you must not fight amongst each other. The king. Word reached me about Loki's birth and the recent famine. I was building a rapport with various nations. When the news came, our allies acted without hesitation. They loaded tons of food and supplies to be shipped here. Humans may be small in stature, but not will. Our allied nations came together to ensure that we got enough to truly fill and satiate our giant bellies. Bro, this is a king's ransom here. We will graciously accept their aid. Harold, how are we supposed to dock on the island? Yeah, it's as big as you'd expect. Dig in and fill your hearts with gratitude. You know, we see all the kid giants. If these good folk are ever in a pinch, it'll be our job to return the favour with all our might. Remember, this tiny world is ours to share. Brother! Oh, forever. This is chapter 1154. This is the newest chapter. I'm a bit late to it, but this is the newest chapter. Queen Estrid continued to publicly declare that the plagues suffered by Elbaf were brought on by the accursed prince, right up until the eve of Harold's return. She denounced her son with bitter hatred until her final anguished breath. Interesting. Interesting. So did she die the day before he got back? She died the day before he got back, or did she survive for a little bit when he got back, just wasn't publicly talking shit? That's a little odd, I ain't gonna lie. And look, these are all the guards that are gonna end up killing Harold. And those Bicentos. Is this where Whitebeard's Naginata came from Elbaf? That actually would be an interesting reveal. I ain't gonna front with you. If Whitebeard's legendary supreme grade Naginata came from here. Naturally, The people believed her passing was a part of the curse. Loki, my son. He was born with a condition that affects his eyes. Well, he could see, but I understand. What a pity. He can't even smile for me. I guess it makes sense. He did just lose his mother. At only a few months old, Loki had given up on love. You sure have a lot of scrapes. No, those are... Oh, buddy. Harold's diplomacy soon started to bear fruit, and Elbaf's winter finally came to a close. Branch 1 route. That's right, it'll help build inter-village trade and communication. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continued to prioritize, while other things became an afterthought. Fucking swift jab to this little shit. Calling Loki a freak behind his back. Yo, Loki, put up the dukes. Flatten Grandpa here. Miserable old shit. Estrid's older brother was appointed as Loki's personal steward. Oh, so that's his uncle. Man, that guy. Yo, beat his steward to death. You're just calling a baby a freak. Bro, unalive your uncle. Do yourself the favor early. You think those guards killed her? Ooh, I didn't think the guards killed her, but I did take note that those were the guards that ended up killing Harold. That's interesting. Especially because it still feels like very conspiracy theory with her being anointed his partner from higher ups in Elbaf, but we don't know who yet. Like, realistically, who has more say over the king? This is a realm of the dead. Isn't it dangerous here? The coastline keeps this area separated, so the beasts won't come near. You're so cute when you're worried. Pinch, pinch. Don't you have training with Elbow from West Village? You should head back. This is Eda's Tavern. You hear? Fishermen, castaways, even pirates. I'm ready for any and all customers. With any luck, I'll be of help to Harold. So you started the pub. Yo, I love the axe handle for the drink. That's actually low-key slick AF. And does her shirt say, is her shirt meant to say frog, but we only get the ROG? 56 years ago. Jarl's house. So the Jarl is off on... Wait. Yo, am I on the money here? They're saying this is Jarl's house. Wasn't this Gaban's house? I did think Ripley may have been his daughter. Interesting. Doesn't Colin's sister work there now? Is it Colin's sister? I thought it, like, originally I thought it was Colin's mother, but obviously Ripley's his mum. So now I just thought it was just some random barkeep. Ew. I'm gonna have to go back over some chapters here. You were at the scene of the Reverie incident, Harold. Yeah, my friend was one of the invited kings. He smuggled me in as one of his guards. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without blowing my cover. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. Murder at the Reverie? If you were caught, all this would be the least of your worries. Have you ever heard about the Galera Warhammer Company? Kanji, Great Hammer Battalion, might be a spin on Galley La. Giants and Galley La is an odd combination. Water 7 is the 7th iteration of the country. The OG water. That's where they built the ancient weapons, and giants be connected with ancient weapons and ancients. They're the gruff troop of giant shipwrights. They're the gruff troop of giant shipwrights that arm themselves with warhammers, right? Is that where Loki's hammer comes from? Is Loki's hammer the hammer that built Pluton? I thought they were just a... Guys, anyone? No? Yeah, hey Tesla. Anyone got thoughts on that? Loki's hammer being the hammer that built Pluton? It's a black blade because it built an ancient weapon? Nope, just me. No, they existed. They really did travel far and wide, sending letters back to Elbath. The final letter said they'd all been captured. Can you believe it? Over 100 warriors were taken prisoner, including ancient giants. You think the world government was responsible? There is no doubt that they once faced a great enemy. However, they sank deep into the ocean at a certain point in history. To be blunt, there's probably a deeper reason why your ideals haven't worked out. And it has nothing to do with you. Lingering animosity, huh? These are just rumors, but I also heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. It seems our people are regarded as enemies of the larger world. Clearly, but I've already resolved to face any hurdles. Prince Loki, I know you cursed and killed my little sister. Prince Loki. Okay, that's his uncle. Hold up. Before going in that. This is huge. Galila. I don't think it's meant to be Galera. I think it's actually meant to be Galila, because we've seen that Romanized. Punk has... The frozen giants that Punk has at Sun God. I was trying to pick it. I was like, I swear we've had frozen giants, and I just wasn't ticking. Punk has it, yeah. When Nami and Chopper find them. And the fact that they sunk, like I said, Water 7, man. It's a 7 iteration that they've built on top of themselves. Oh. Now let's see what kind of garbage we'll be serving up today. You know, and he's got his little... What? The horse of fortune died. The steward's body was in the realm of the dead. Yo. Ah, yes! He killed him. I see that smile. I see that smile. He killed his uncle. Good lad. Good lad. 48 years before present day. The villagers drew closer in terms of trade and identity, and the nation stood together. My dream is to join hands with many other countries around the planet, for the giant race to be welcome all over this grand world. King Harold's so cool. He's changed so much. He's going to be a king who will go down in history. Well, you look thrilled, Hadron. Is it because you're illegitimate? Prince Loki is the true heir, right? You're just an illegitimate throwaway. Yeah, what a fucking dick. Bro. And Loki comes charging up. Beat them all up, guys. This is Elbath, the world's strongest country. We don't need weaklings here. Yo, Loki's already towering over some of the giants. Like, damn well, he looks like he's already 60 meters as a runt. And it looks like he just shapes out and gets leaner. Too much cheese. Loki, driven by scorn, unleashed chaos onto Elbaf. He laughed at the feeble as they ran. And you break in and bash them up. Hey Loki, Dad went through hell to rebuild this village. Huh? You think you get to call my father Dad? I don't get why everyone respects him. He's dumb for trying to play nice with those human insects. That's crap. We should all try to see from each other's perspectives. Don't get cocky just because you're big. Being cocky is my right. I'm the prince. Yo, and he beat this. He beat Hadruden the shit down. Don't you dare talk back to me, Runt. Hadruden! Stay back, Gerd. He'll think you're his friend. Loki will hit you next. We are his friends, dummy. Hadruden, are you okay? He needs first aid. You're so pathetic. I could puke, Hadruden. You're just a group of weaklings huddled together. It's because of your mum's filthy blood. This feels very similar to Dofi and Corazon here, just with like a slight twist. And then you get the young master. Oh my god. Definitely Dofi coded. Holy hell. Young master. The timing of that was too good. Young master. That's going too far. He's still the son of the king. Don't call him prince. Loki spread pain. And destruction. But nothing he did filled the hole in his own heart. So when mothers cared about their kids, he tried to kaido it. That's sad. Jumps off from the sun realm all the way to the dead realm. And he starts crying, I can't even die. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Hold up. Scroll down for the last page. I can already see there's so much going on. Whoa! Chill, Oda! Let me look at a part of a panel for... Fuck, Rock Steve's... Whew! Hold up. And we see one of the giant ice pillars shrunk. What's the deal with this island? Where's the welcome committee? And the animals start freaking out. Oh, we've found one. Look, it's a giant whelp. This is definitely Elbaf. Whoa. Hold up. There's a lot going on there. Yeah! This brat's got one hell of a devil face. I know he's a giant, but isn't he a bit too big? Hey kid, why are you crying? Come on, Pops. Come on, Pops. He looks like Blackbeard. Hold up, I gotta read the dialogue. Alright, kid. You better say yes to both these questions. I ain't the type that takes no for an answer. And what do we have? We have Stussy, Whitebeard, and Shaky. Look at young Shaky! Oh, you can't just keep teasing him. Like, I want to be wrong so bad, and for Shiki to have some more important or some more shine in the actual manga of the story. Like, it's Shiki, man. Show... Oh, we need a one-volume spin-off of the Rocks Pirates adventures of these guys back in their youth. Alright, kid, you better say yes about these questions. I ain't the type of person to take no for an answer. First off, this is Elbaf, land of the giants, yeah? Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single-handed... I'm dreaming. This ain't a real chapter. Hold up. I gotta roll some dice. Nah. This is a dream. 100% this is a dream. 100% this is a dream. This ain't real. This ain't real. He single-handedly killed a Navy headquarters admiral and vanished without a trace. This feat earned him a massive bounty and the government's ire. Second, we'll find Harold here, yeah? Bro, it's fucking Fitbeard! But wait. Yo, Whitebeard's holding his Naginata on a backstrap. He already had it here, though. Because you can see down that bottom right panel, he's already got it. He's got it lapped on the back. People trying to hate on the design. Hate on the design? Bro, this is 101 Dalmatians Blackbeard. What are we doing? Gorilla DeVille Blackbeard, man. Look at him. He can see his toes. A Blackbeard that can see his toes, and I gotta assume that's black and white hair? What in the Harry Potter? I thought that was a strand of hair, but it doesn't go over his eye there. He's got a scar down one side of his face like Brooke. No eyebrows. But he's got the eyelashes. Rox D. Zebek, future captain of the Rocks Pirates. Father of Emperor Blackbeard! Let's go! Okay, confirmed. It's not just a similar looking design. I mean, how could you not with that nose and eyes? No break next week either. Man, what? Yo, the lightning scar? Yeah, what in the Harry Potter? Bro, he's got a goatee and some sideburns. Looking foul. But his nose looks way shorter than Blackbeard's, even though front on you can tell it's him. Yeah, I guess that means Rox is Somalian. New World, Shiki and Wano clothing, and the grave in the cover story. What city is Shiki born in? Nah, Shiki ain't from West Blue. Shiki the Golden Lion, he's not from West Blue. No. Where is he? Doesn't say. It doesn't give a birth. It doesn't say where he was born. It doesn't say where he was born. Yo, this is... What a chapter! You can't tell me Whitebeard didn't notice the resemblance. Yo, dead ass. At the grave of a hero born in the West Blue and brought up in Ringo. Oh! Are you trying to imply that Shiki was born in, or like raised in Wano? Oh, Jasham! I like that. I like that a lot. This means Whitebeard had his devil fruit way before God Valley. Does it? Does it? I didn't see him use his fruit here. How many years ago is this? 48 years. So this is 10 years before God Valley. So this is when Kaido's 4. So Stussy been on Rox's crew for a minute. Rox D's are back. So who cut down the mountain? Bro, I think Zebek has the op fruit, and that's why his fingers are like that. I can see why you would think that. I think that's just him because he's asking the 2 questions. So he's just counting it down. You know what I mean? Wasn't the Naginata made to support the full power of his fruit? No. It wasn't made to support the fruit. It was just made and was able to channel the full power of the fruit. Plus, it could explain why Blackbeard has multiple in his body. Potentially. Yo. Covering up his face, though. He looks like fucking Buggy still. Like, I know people had theories for the longest that Zebek was going to be Buggy's father. Like, clearly they're saying here he was Blackbeard's father, but bro! Left side is definitely Blackbeard. Right side looks just like Buggy without makeup. And Blackbeard has eyebrows, but I'm pretty sure Buggy doesn't he? Hang on, Buggy the Clown. Buggy doesn't have eyebrows. Yeah, typically in the manga he doesn't have eyebrows. Nah, oi, nah. Nah, 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 nah. We ain't doing that. Chat. You're telling me. Nah, 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 nah. Look at that Buggy. The Buggy from... nah, that still looks so close. Hold up. I'm putting this in the Discord. Tell me I'm crazy on this. Like, genuinely, chat. I'm gonna put this in the One Piece chat. Chat, come on. Look at these. Look at the right side compared to Buggy. Bro, you're... Nah, Oda's doing a swift one here. Revealing he's Blackbeard's father. Blackbeard and Buggy are going to be twins. Wait, no. Age doesn't work up, does it? Hold up. Buggy's age. Bro, Buggy's 39 and Blackbeard's 40. Like, I got a feeling that they're half siblings. Blackbeard and Buggy, half siblings. And you, oh wait, who do you think the admiral that died is, and why Rock's in the reverie? Also, he escaped. Yeah. Oh, my head is spinning. And do you think Rox wanted to recruit Harold? Yeah. No. No, I think he's here to recruit Harold's strength, but he doesn't know Harold's personality properly. Also, think about it with Buggy. Even though it's not canon, in Stampede, he had blonde hair like Rox. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Yo, and the black and blonde would go hard, not gonna lie. Have you noticed that Loki's hammer has changed? Look at his first flashback compared to now. What do you mean? He didn't use his hammer in this flashback. He's got the club here, but he's got the hammer in the future, right? Yo, I was gonna say, what if this is where what if this is where Kaido got his club from? Ooh. Oh shit. Shit. There we go. Yo, hey Neff. Hold up. Wasn't the Nagano... have you noticed that Loki's hammer has changed? Look at his first flashback compared to now. In the beginning flashback during Harold's death, his hammer had roundness. Hold up, let's go check. Let's go check out the beginning of this flashback. How many freaking chapters of this have we had? Surely an awful day is the beginning of the flashback. Come on. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, yeah. Where's Gaban's house? Okay, Gaban's house isn't the Jarl's house, but it looks like it's on the same part of the tree. So they're probably neighbors. I see what you mean. He's got a round hammer here. And see, these are the guards that stabbed Harold. I personally think Shiki is Rox's younger brother. Interesting. I was thinking the same thing. Before Loki entered, the mighty Kong is the next one to display his mighty power. Yo, Kong's gonna come in, goated, jacked, yoked to all kingdom. Man's got biceps bigger than Garp's torso. When Kong gets out on the stage, he's gonna come out on his bare knuckles and then just box. He's going to beat shit down. Look, I was a day one Mihawk fan. I was a day one Gaban fan, right? Who else is it? A day one Dragon fan, right? I've been on the stocks, right? Return of investment. I have And you can watch this. I got filleted for this. The last 2 years, I've put Kong on my top 50 strongest One Piece characters list. Last 2 years. Been filleted alive. Told I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's never going to show up in the story again. And then after, we got him in the flashback. All I'm saying is, for real, I'm just waiting to be justified. I'm just waiting to be proven right. Because at this point in time in the story, Kong is endgame. Kong is one of the endgame, in your face. Ooh, if an admiral died, is it from Kong's era when Kong was an admiral? Or is it from Garp and Sengoku's era and it was someone that... Oh my god, are they going to make Zeph canon? If they make Zeph canon... No, it's 48 years ago. 48 years ago? Hold up. Because it was 10 years before God Valley. Hold up. It has to be from... When did he go to the Reverie? 56 years ago. You were at the scene of the Reverie incident, Harold. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. 56 years ago. That number's too much of a coincidence. Gomu years ago, an admiral goes down to Zebek? Didn't Admiral have... No, an Admiral surely couldn't have had the gum fruit. I don't think Zebek is going to have had an ability that we know about. The real question is, what is that? In the... Oh, we've found one. Look, it's a giant... Well, this is definitely Elbaf. What are the two spikes coming off Zebek's shoulders that we can't see in any of the other panels? Like he's a long-armed tribe member. It looks like he's a hidden long-armed tribe member with the shoulders up, because then the next panel you can't see it because of the way it's shaded. It's specifically made so you can't see it almost. Not saying he is, but I'm just saying look at that. Admiral Agenda in the mud right now, but the God of Cope saying no one else can do that. Jashan, what are you talking about? Admiral Agenda has never been higher. Think of it like this. Jashan, genuinely. An Admiral died. Sucks for the Admiral Agenda. There's only two people that have canonically beaten an Admiral. Zebek and Akainu, another Admiral, right? The thing about Zebek is, he had all the Yonko under his thumb. It took the boss of multiple Yonko to beat an Admiral. That's what I'm getting. That's the information I'm getting here. Call it cope if you must. Admirals and Yonkos practically equal each other, right? Pirate King and Zebek, that's that Fleet Admiral Kong type shit. But remember, both Roger and Zebek lost to the government. They got their ass kicked, eventually. So somewhere out there on the government's payroll is something to take them down. The big bad of the series is the world government, not the Yonko. All I'm saying is, follow the money. You know I had to say it? Dude, hey. Put it this way. The Admiral Agenda and the Admiral stocks are in the mud. Specifically Caribou's mud, because you need an infinite pocket dimension to hold that infinite possibility. Kongagi over Bogard guy. You mean Bogart? Kong's assistant? That he leases out to Garp to keep an eye on him? Stop using logic. Sorry, Charles. Sorry. Alright. Let me rephrase this. A Yonko a father of a Yonko, and arguably the mother of a Yonko's, or the wife of a Yonko, or partner of a Yonko, and someone that raises a Yonko's kid, and a Yonko rival called Zebek, Nougat, Stussy, and Shiki pull up on an island. They fail to kill one lizard-eyed baby. Now, there's no reason for them to attack him, but hey, you know, he's surviving here. So, yeah. All I'm saying is, get Team Zebek past baby level. Alright? Because I've seen no-name lieutenants in One Piece taking out babies. Alright? Rouge will attest to that. Get Zebek past baby level. Get Newgate past baby level. Oh, that's foul. That's a bad joke. Bad taste. Bro, the Rock's coloring gonna be so mad. Yo, they didn't go. What do you reckon the color scheme's gonna be? Because I'm not gonna lie. If it's black and blue, it'll be funny. What? They were with him before Rock's Pirates was formed. Oh, true. Because when did the Rock's Pirates form? Because that happened on Hajinosu. Hold up. That's in 11... No, that's in 957. Chapter 957. Let's go Viz. I definitely am not too into One Piece that I know exactly what chapter the concept of the Rock's Pirates forming happened off the top of my head. I definitely don't know that because chapter 957 is titled Ultimate and is hands down the most hyped chapter in all of One Piece because it, you know, definitely wasn't a 20 plus year payoff with like earth shattering reveals that you know, Yonko's bounty was like all up in the multi-billions or anything. And I'm not just talking about Blackbeard's, you know, 2 bill. I'm talking in the 4 bills. Going up into the 5 bills. Yeah, 957. I definitely don't know that chapter off the top of my head. You know, like it's not one of the most reread things that I've ever read in the story of One Piece. Like it's definitely not stuck out in my mind as one of my favorite chapters. Definitely not me. Not 957. No. On an unrelated note, now that I've pulled up chapter 957, okay. Kaido and Big Mom have always had a temptatious rivalry. I wouldn't have expected this to happen. Seems like more than a few of our soldiers have never even heard of Rocks these days. The Rocks Pirates were a collection of individuals who came together on the pirate island of Full Lead years ago. Okay, it doesn't tell you exactly what year. In addition to their Captain Rocks, they also featured a young Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido. Okay, so they don't mention what year they formed. So this still could be the Rocks Pirates here officially. And Loki killed his uncle. Dude was like that. Yo, words don't describe how happy I am that Loki unalives his uncle. That shit actually had me happy. You will forever be the One Piece dictionary. If it ain't new, well, yo, hey, Grief, how you going, bro? Is Brooke still older? Brooke is still older. When this is happening right now, Brooke is 52 years young here. 52 years young. Brooke's been dead for nearly 15 years at this point. And my guy, Captain John... And look at this dude Zebek. Although, I don't see no swords on him. Mihawk upscale nowhere in this chapter. This is BS, man. Shame. For shame. Every new strong character needs to have a sword. For shame. Yo, but this dude unaliving an admiral, super interesting. I'm wondering if they're going to make Zephyr canon as an admiral, and have the guy that got unalived be Zephyr's mentor in the Marines from Kong's era. Because I feel like we're going to get some Kong era lore before the reintroduction of Kong and seeing how much of an absolute menace Kong was in the story. But hey, that's just me. Did you see Jordan's theory about Rocks, Blackbeard, and the Op fruit? No, I haven't. No, I have not. I have been completely blind on One Piece theories and stuff at the moment, trying to avoid it, honestly, a little bit, just because I've been a bit slow with my reactions lately, and I know people read the spoilers and that, and I just... Okay, you're only going to experience One Piece for the first time once in your life, and we are so close to the end now that it's... You have one time to enjoy this series without being spoiled for stuff now. Like, imagine the week that the One Piece gets revealed, getting the One Piece spoiled for you. You know what I mean? Although, low-key, that mountain that got cut down at the end is huge. So they're coming from the left as well. So these guys are actually coming from Wano's side. That's really interesting. So these guys must have just come from Wano. Or Wano's general vicinity. If they're coming... So like Loki's fallen down, back of his head towards the tree. So his right side. Remember, front facing of Elbaf, right? Right side is Wano, left side is Egghead. So these guys either just came from Winter Island, being 90 degrees to the right, or from Wano, which is interesting. That theory really works so much, it's frightening. I'll have to check it out, man. I'll have to check it out. That being said, this is chapter 1154 of the One Piece manga, right? I'm going to wrap this up here. I've got to get ready for work. I am so sorry, but I'll try to jump in some other people's lives and be active this week, and hopefully I'm going to get a bit more consistent again, re-uploading with series. For those of you that don't know as well and may be interested, I'm now officially caught up to date with Dan Da Dan. Bum Bum Bum. So I'll also be starting my Da Da Dan reactions as well weekly, and getting caught up on Chainsaw Man and Sakamoto Days over on the reactions on the YouTube side of things. So be sure to check out that love if you're interested in those series. I also need to get caught back up on Boruto. Sorry that I haven't been uploading Boruto if you're here for that. I just got so many spoilers because people just don't know how to not tag people in spoilers. And I mean premature spoilers as well. So it's one of those hard things where it's like, sometimes it can kill your enjoyment reading a series if all the interesting stuff from a chapter gets revealed to you, and then reading it just becomes a drag. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Shikamaru there. Togen, Anki, you should check it out, New World. Okay, tag me in it, Jashan. Tag me in it. Yo, Rocks. Yo, beating an Admiral, though, is a clean... And, yo, his bounty must be fucking phenomenal after beating a bounty. If a Yonko bare minimum has 3 bill, that means this guy's opening bounties over 3 bill. I want to see his abilities, man. Because I don't see no blade on his side. But we see him when... We see him 10 years later. Well, no, not 10 years later. We see him in the next 5 years when Kaido joins his crew. Him with a sword, one-shot Kaido like it's nothing. Right? So... In the next 10 years, he's going to get a sword. So technically Mihawk upscale without it being Mihawk upscale. We can get there in the end. But back the inflation. Can you say the come one, come all thing you do in your videos? Yeah, I can say that for you, Luffy. I can end it with that, alright? How about that? What chapter did he do that to Kaido? It was in the Kaido flashback. Yeah, I think it was in the... Hang on. Let me do that for you quickly. I want to say... I want to say 1048. When Kaido starts reminiscing about his life. I want to say it was around this point in time in the story. Everyone's getting dropped. We get the giant Bagawa. And Kaido has his little flashback. Gets sold. Nah, it's not here. They do show him joining the Rocks Pirates here. And how long ago was that actually? 44 years ago. So 44 years ago he joins Rocks. So this 4 years after meeting Loki, Kaido joins Rocks. And he's just like 14, 15 at that point. I can't remember where it is exactly, but it is in one of the flashbacks around this point in time. Because we have Whitebeard say, you use too much force. And Kaido's on his ass. And Rocks is just towering over him. It's when he refuses to take him with him on the crew. You know what I mean? But that being said, this is chapter 1154 of the One Piece manga. At request of Luffy King, I'll say the intro as the outro this time. Come one, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today, having read One Piece chapter 1154. Thank you guys and girls for coming through. Really appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. If you're watching this over on YouTube, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, share, give all that love. If you're watching this over on TikTok, much the same. If you want to check out the opposite, it's under the same name, being New World Supernova on both platforms. Alright? Couldn't do it without you. Love you all. Nothing but love. Nothing but respect. Oh, Jashan, that was Loki, not Kaido. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I'm getting those two little scenes mixed up now because they're so damn identical. Yeah, so Loki gets his ass beat by Zebek with a sword. Which must mean that happens at the end of this flashback, actually. Yep, no, Jashan, you're on the money. Yeah, no, that was Loki that got hit. Yep, dude. 1154 chapters. I can get two similar scenes mixed up one time. Come on, I'm never going to live this down. I'm never going to live this down. This is going to be shame on me forever and a day. Love yous all. Nothing but love. Nothing but respect. Peace. Have a damn good day. And if you're interested in any of my other content, check it out. Have a good one. Goodbye.